Welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, regionsports.com, and the IHSAA Champions Network. We come to you tonight from the John A. Barato Center in East Chicago as the Region Sports Network features the Lighthouse Lions against the East Chicago Central Cardinals. I'm Andrew Mild of the play-by-play for tonight's broadcast, and joining me with the color analysis is Jay Simmons. Good evening, Jay.
Yeah, good to be here with you, Andrew. It's going to be a fun one. You got East Chicago coming in with a win last week that you were here for, 75-32 over Bowman Academy, and then Gary Lighthouse is coming in after a loss to Kankakee Valley, 81-50. So two teams early on going in some wrong directions, but let's see what happens tonight. I think it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a lot of pushing that ball up and down the court from very, very aggressive defense also.
Yeah, the East Chicago Central Cardinals, this is a physical brand of basketball that they play. They crash the boards, pulling in 37 rebounds, 15 of them coming from the offensive glass, and they were, of course, led by Dominique Murphy, who scored 27 points on 11 of 15 shooting, 9 for 10 from inside the arc. This kid is a mid-range maestro, even threw down an alley-oop dunk. He has 23 straight games where he scored in double digits, and he's getting awfully close to 1,400 points. Jay, this kid is super talented.
Yes, he is, and to go along with all that scoring, he had 8 rebounds, so he's going to work his body in the middle too as well. So he is, as he goes, so does the East Chicago Cardinals.
The Cardinals trying to go 2-0 for the first time since the 2016-2017 season. And you're right, you mentioned it. They beat Theo Bowman, a team that's super young and lost a lot of their production from the year prior. Sort of a similar story for Lighthouse. They lost their top 4 leading scorers from a season ago. They're going to be led by number 33, Daquan Jones. He's a senior center listed at 6'5", average around 8 points last year with 8 rebounds. He had himself a pretty good game against the Kankakee Valley Cougars, but this team all in all has to really step up if they want to get a win tonight here on the road.
Yeah, and he's really going to have to be physical inside. He's going to really have a tough matchup inside with Murphy. With Murphy inside. So he's going to really have to play physical, and he's going to have to carry the load. And you got Ray Browder with 19 points in that opening game, so Ray's going to have to pour in a lot of points as well.
Yeah, you got to talk to the Kankakee Valley head coach, Cody Scott, and he said they're strong on defense. They're a quick team. They're physical. Big shout out also for Cody Scott for getting us that scouting report and to give us the starters and the production that Lighthouse had in that game. But, again, they're going up against a very good East Chicago team that likes to play physical. And if you fight fire with fire, how's that result going to go for you?
I think Gary Lighthouse is going to have its work cut out for them tonight. It's going to be, again, very physical. They're going to have to really reach deep into their bench if they get into some foul trouble.
Well, both teams are starting to return to their bench with a minute to go before it is time for the national anthem and started lineups for Lighthouse and East Chicago. Jay, who's the player to watch for tonight's game outside of Dominique Murphy for the East Chicago Central Cardinals?
It's going to be Jamari Pollard. He had 15 points. He's their outside shooter. And like you said, they have a lot of mid-range shooters to go along with that. And also Keontae Bell with 9 assists.
9 assists.
He's the distributor. He's the waiter. All right, he's passing that ball around. He only had 6 points, but boy, he looks to feed the beast in the middle with Dominique Murphy.
I will say one thing is that when the game really got out of hand, Coach Maruri didn't want to keep running up the score without going through his set plays. And even the set plays, they're scoring at a high rate. So East Chicago Central, they're gelling even after losing a lot of their star players from last year, one of them being Jamil Rich Jr., who was their point guard. You saw Keontae Bell, as you mentioned, and Jamari Pollard stepping up in those guard roles and expecting them to have a good game tonight. We're going to step aside for the national anthem and starting lineups. And when we come back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town, we have high school hoops. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Oh, man. I feel that.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask everyone to please rise. Gentlemen, Remove your caps and have the special privilege of introducing sophomore Ray Williams, who will be honoring America with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and broad stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, we're so gallantly as gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? And the land of the free and the home of the
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
We are back live here in East Chicago Central as they just announced the starters for the Lighthouse Lions. And before we get started, this Tuesday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast is a very chilly 25 degrees with 11 mile per hour winds coming off of Lake Michigan. It feels like 14 degrees.
Nice warm weather. Just be thankful we're not out doing the football broadcast.
I completely agree with you. But at this point, if we were, we'd be going down to Indianapolis and being indoors. But the starting lineup for the Lighthouse Lions, you have the Browder brothers of Isaac and Ray, and then Demont Evans, Martez Dunbar, and Daquan Jones are going to be in the front court. They're going through the East Chicago Central starting lineup, and theirs is going to go like this. Jamari Pollard and Keontae Bell both had big games, as Jay mentioned in the pregame show. Yamari Wallace, a stat stuffer type player, had 2 points and 8 rebounds. He's going to be out there with Dominique Murphy, one of the best scorers you're going to find in the region. And then they're rounded out by Javon Wofford, who made his varsity debut on Saturday. He hit a couple of threes, going 2 for 4, and ended up with 8 points. Both teams are hitting the hardwood. Ball getting ready to be tipped off between these two clubs. Yamari Wallace will be jumping for East Chicago. And Daquan Jones, the 6'5" senior, going for the Lighthouse Lions.
You feel some good energy going on in this building. A sparse crowd, but still a lot of energy going on.
They were packed to the brim on Saturday. Good amount of cars are out there. You had to walk a little bit further in the cold, but it was worth it to watch some good basketball as the East Chicago Central wastes no time getting it to Wofford, who finishes with the left hand, his strong hand, to go up 2-0.
Yeah, some nice ball movement right there by East Chicago.
East Chicago Central had 20 assists on Saturday, a team that likes to move the ball around and set themselves up for success. Lighthouse still trying to figure out their offense. They were only managed to score 50 points against the Cougars. Wofford gets it down low. Here's a three from the corner. Bounces high in the air. No friendly roll there. Offensive rebound. Put up and good. Keontae Bell, 9 assists on Saturday. That time showcasing his ability to clean the offensive glass. And the Cardinals are up 4-0, scoring in the paint twice already.
Yeah, Bell did a nice job right there, just crashing the board. Some good pass.
Murphy with a steal, going down the lane. He gets hit, and he puts it in! Dominique Murphy with a steal, getting out in transition, gets hit, and he's too strong. And Dominique Murphy, if he can hit this free throw, will be 1 point away from 1,400 points. But a timeout is going to be spent.
Yeah, Murphy just intercepts the pass, takes it down the court strong, and lays it in. And takes the foul at the same time. So he's going to do the old-fashioned three-point play.
And with that steal right there from Dominique Murphy and getting down in transition, that's going to be the best hands in the business, just like the Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. Join Bricklayers Local 4 and start building your career today. Visit baclocal4.org to find out more.
Yeah, nice job right there by Murphy, just anticipating the passing lane. Lighthouse just looks a little taken aback right here on that quick 6 points for the Central Cardinals. See if Murphy can make it 7.
And that's really been the identity of East Chicago Central since Ala Marui took over, is he puts a lot of emphasis on the defense to get those easy transition buckets, because that could be the difference maker between winning the game and losing a game. But this is straitjacket type defense by East Chicago. Another steal, getting it to Wallace down low, and Wallace with the power dribble and kisses off the glass for 2 more. It is 9-0 Cardinals and a turnover on the Lions. This is an ugly start.
Yes, it is. Lions just not anticipating the pressure that Central has been putting on them right now.
There's one thing to expect it, and there's one thing to experience it.
That is true.
And the East Chicago Central, it put a lot of pressure on Thea Bowman on Saturday, and because of that defense, they're able to walk away with a 75-32 victory. A miss there from Dominique Murphy from the mid-range, and getting out in transition is the Lions. A wild shot, but getting hit going up for the shot was Evans, and they're going to put that foul on Pollard.
Yeah, Jamari Pollard right there, just trying to make a hard basket, and then made sure he got the hard foul. You can see right here, as you can see that the Lions push the ball up the court, nice little dish to the other side, and then he tries to make the basket, no doing. Tried to do almost a reverse flip up in the air to get that ball to go in, but didn't even come close, but he got bailed out by the official.
I think I've only seen Michael Jordan make that sort of shot before. First free throw was good. The second one is also good. For perfect at the line is Evans. The first opportunity for the Lions to get to the line tonight. They shot 46% from the line against the Cougars of Kankakee Valley. So, of course, you want to increase that number a bit. And here's another steal. Good hands, a good block. Oh, no, they're going to call a foul. That rim is still shaking from the force that Yamari Wallace put on hitting that basketball after Evans.
DeMonte Evans picks the pocket, takes the ball down the court, and gets hammered. And let's see if he can make the free throws here. Evans on the line again.
It was merely a perfect game for East Chicago on Saturday, but the one thing that was sort of looming, if you're Coach Maruri, was the amount of turnovers. 13 turnovers in that game, which you could pin that on being the first game of the year and not playing a real opponent in game-like speed for a while. But as you go along and face some stiff competition, you don't want to turn the ball over 13 times.
Yeah, East Chicago's got to be a little bit crisper on their passes, and right there they are. Just can't finish it.
That was a missed shot by Wallace, and then Bell, who already had an offensive putback earlier on in the game, cleans up the mess for the second time. Bad pass. Bell going to kiss it off the glass. Throwing it down. Dominique Murphy. And he has 1,400 points. Getting ever so closer to Etwan Moore. Transition three from the corner. Off the rim. Rebound. Jones getting double teamed, nowhere to go. Put some elbows on, and he was able to force his way up and get 2 points.
They may have to mark that for play of the game right there.
Got awards a handout at the end of every game here on the Region Sports Network. And that's an early candidate in the first quarter. Murphy with the head fake, tries to go to his left, he's at the elbow. Bounce pass is tipped away, and guess what? It's Evans again. And the ball being batted around, numbers for East Chicago, but they're going to set up into their offense here as Wofford dribbles it, gets it to Murphy, and Murphy is going to hand it off to Pollard. The transfer from Theo Bowman scored 15 against his former team to go along with 5 steals.
Yeah, East Chicago right here settling the chaos down. What a pass by Dominique Murphy right there.
Murphy can do a little bit of everything for his team. Good defense, good offense, but also a really good pass leading to 2 more points. There's a push shot, and Isaac Browder is going to get 2 points, and Coach Maruri is going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back to East Chicago. The Cardinals will start off with the ball. Good pass and a nice block! Soaring over the rim was Dunbar. And the ball goes out of bounds on the Lions.
Yeah, Dunbar did a great job not drawing any contact and just pinned it against the glass.
Now a couple of times where the basketball has been spiked like a volleyball. Once by Yamari Wallace, and that time by Martez Dunbar, the junior small forward listed at 6'5". An athlete for sure. Murphy in the lane, puts him through the rinse cycle and gets 2 more points.
Goes to the inside, bases it, fakes it, and then he spins to the baseline, and Murphy finishes it off nicely.
Floater shot left short, and guess who it is? Dominique Murphy. New hairstyle, but the same Dominique Murphy as he goes right into the lane, gets hit, and they're going to say that foul was on the floor. But Dominique Murphy already making his presence felt through his passing, that rebound defense, but also that alley-oop dunk he had not too long ago, and an early candidate for the play of the game.
Yeah, Jones picked up the foul. Murphy sort of took it into the Lions' den right there, huh?
You've been holding on to that one.
Yeah.
Well, going to the Lions' den is Wofford, who's able to knock it away. And that's the one thing about East Chicago. They are relentless. They do not take a break. Nice shot there. Keontae Bell.
Bell just a little runner kiss off the glass. East Chicago Central doing it all kinds of different ways.
The Lions trying to find something here on offense, and they feed it to their big man as Jones had a strong move but left it short. Wofford saves on an errant pass, and what another block! Oh, how do you like me now? Jones misses the shot, but then blocks the next shot.
Jones just got up and got that one up above the rim and pinned it down. Jones with a great job. Oh, right here we see the break coming out, and you see Jones coming out of nowhere and just, boom, pins it on the glass.
Like LeBron James and Andre Iguodala. Block shot, this time by Keontae Bell, as Evans trying to receive the inbound pass and immediately go for a corner three. It's 19-8 Cardinals with 2:52 to go in the first quarter. JV game ran a little long, and
then they call a little touch foul out the top. That's how it always works.
Try to trap Browder up by the half-court line. And
Wofford right there picks up his first foul.
Do have a substitution for East Chicago, and they're bringing in Daniel Robinson, number 21. See him right there, guarding Browder. Browder going with his left hand, gets it to his brother, and the side three is too strong. And here comes Dominique Murphy. Here we go. Let's leave. Oh my goodness! I want to fly.
A little 360 in the windmill action right there.
He is defying gravity out there. And here's another steal. Can they do it again? Foul, shot, rolls in.
Oh, he called the travel. Took one too many steps. Got a little out of control there. Good call by the official. Right on the spot.
Joseph Watkins thought he had an and one, and I think every fan in attendance thought the same thing. Let's watch that replay again. It was Dominic Murphy dunk.
Gets out of nowhere, windmills it, bam, jams it home.
Steal, Bell, layup, good. That defense is creating all sorts of fits for the Lighthouse Lions as they have to take a timeout as East Chicago Central with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. We're up 23-8. We will take a quick break as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Wow.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We are back at the Parado Center in East Chicago Central. Let's watch that dunk one more time, just because we feel like it.
You got to anticipate. What a job by Murphy. Oh, the little kiss off the glass from Keontae Bell to Dominique Murphy right there. You got to like how he anticipated Murphy coming down the lane, sort of looked over his shoulder, kissed it off the glass, and Dominique just got up.
Dominique Murphy, that leaping ability transcends his game time and time again, whether it be an alley-oop dunks or hanging in the air just long enough in the mid-range when no one can contest the shots. That's a wild pass, and it was almost stolen by East Chicago Central as Joseph Watkins looked like a safety. A bunny shot, and it finds the twine. Martens at Dunbar.
Yeah, Dunbar, everybody ran away from him. He had an easy 15-footer.
Bell, nice pass. It was a nice little quick pass to the cutting man down low, and Daniel Robinson. There was no one within the same zip code as him, and he gets 2 points, 25-10. East Chicago Central running away with it early. A couple of timeouts taken by the Lighthouse Lions. Trying to get into the post. Shot is up, and it's good. Daquan Jones with the fancy footwork, leading the 2 points.
Yeah, Jones, great job. Nobody again playing defense on Robinson underneath the basket. Bad pass, he'd had another easy bucket.
Again, just standing on that block, and you're just looking to see if there's any black jerseys next to him, and of course there's not.
And now you got Daniel Robinson being guarded by Jones out there, 6'6" versus 6 foot. It's a little bit of a mismatch there.
Well, Bell dribbling out the ball right here with 37 seconds to go. Murphy at the top of the key gets it low to Wallace. Wallace going up against two Lions, was able to tip it back in after missing the initial shot.
Yeah, Wallace, great effort right there. That's following your own shot. That's always an easy way to get us some points.
Double-digit lead for East Chicago Central, but they've been all over the offensive board. It's 4-on-1 alley-oop. Wallace! Get out your camera! Because you're going to see something amazing watching these Cardinals fly through the air! Are you kidding me, Yamari Wallace?
Dominique Murphy on the pass to Yamari Wallace right here, just floats it out there, and bam! Oh no, that wasn't Wallace. That was number 4, Wofford on the little floater pass. Great job! Boy, this East Chicago team is rolling right now. The crowd is going nuts.
This gym erupted when Yamari Wallace threw it down, and he got hit. It got so loud in here, Jay. Nope. I didn't even hear the whistle.
No, I take that. I think it was Keontae Bell that gave the little feed right there. Yeah, it was. You could see him out there mid-court just demonstrating how he just flipped it up in the air.
An incredible first quarter by the Cardinals, punishing the rim time and time again. And they have an 18-point lead. They steal one more time at the buzzer, and the shot is off. Doesn't sound like it would have counted even if it went in. 30-12 lead for the Cardinals. We'll be right back as we go to the second quarter. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Andrew Meyer with Jay Simmons. And Jay, usually when we do a game like this, you say, all right, there's a couple of plays we could choose from during the duration of a game.
We have like eight
plays to choose from the first quarter alone. High-intensity action. And almost a steal right there from East Chicago Central. They want to get into those passing lanes.
Yes, they're very aggressive defensively. It looks like they're playing a little zone, and they're always anticipating where the pass is. They try and trap on the outside, and then the third guy comes in and anticipates the pass. And they have gotten several interceptions and been able to make some dunks on them.
Jaquan Jones gets into the paint, and he's going to get smacked on the arm and convert into an and-one type play.
Yeah, Yamari Wallace on the foul right there.
Yamari Wallace and that last dunk to close out the first quarter. And for me, that might be the play of the game. Not taking anything away from Dominique Murphy's, but there's something about catching it as the pass was around a defender and then getting hit for an and-one play. I'm talking about and-one plays. Jaquan Jones could not capitalize on that one. Missed the free throw, so it's a 30-14 lead as East Chicago went on a lengthy run. After a timeout by Coach Maruri, he took a timeout in the last game after he wasn't very happy with the sort of defensive effort that he had seen from his club. And after that, East Chicago Central went on a 9-2 run and then cruised to a 75-32 win. And Jay, you've been around basketball for a long time. And
you know what? To make those kind of catches, it takes great hands. And the Bricklayers Local 4, best hands in the business. Join Bricklayers Local 4 and start building your career today. Visit baclocal4.org to find out more. You've got to have great hands to catch those kinds of flips in midair.
A fadeaway jumper finds its way through the basket. That goes to Isaac Browder. Transition three, and Wofford misses it.
Misses everything on that one. A little too quick there on the offense, and coach doesn't look very happy at all.
Team up by 14 at the moment. Coach Marui and his Cardinals trying to go 2-0 and win 2 games here at home in front of a good crowd for the second game in a row. A lot of dribbling going on, and once again, East Chicago Central pokes it free. That's a touchdown-type pass, and 2 points for Keontae Bell. Usually it's him distributing those type of passes. That time he's on the receiving end.
Yeah, that was Joe Watkins on that pass right there that just checked into the game.
And Pollard, steal, 2 points. Just at a blink of an eye, it turned into a 4-0 run for East Chicago Central.
Yeah, Watkins there looked a little bit like Mahomes doing a little sidearm pass straight down the field. Down the court, I should say, for basketball.
Lions with the turnover. Sending back DeMonte Evans to the floor. Evans was a bright spot in that first quarter. He got his breather, and he's going to check his way back in. But back to that question, Jay. For Coach Marui, it seems like he has a good sense of when to take a timeout and light a fire underneath his team. So that's the second time in a row where he took an early timeout, and after that his team came out gunning and playing some of their best basketball of the game.
Yeah, he can see when they're getting out of control or when they're not playing good defense. And I think what he did was he saw Dominique Murphy not playing good defense, and he got on him hard right away, and then all of a sudden lit a fire under him, and he came out and exploded.
That time it's Javon Wofford. 8 points in the last game, and he's got to be getting close to that mark already as he brought down the missed shot and tossed it up with the left hand. Getting into the lane, kicking it back out, little in and out game. That pays off for Isaac Browder, who's just on the line. So that would just be a long 2 for the Lions, cutting the lead in half.
Hey, you know, the Lions are hanging around for all this excitement. So if they can just hang on and keep fighting away, they got a chance here.
Yeah, eliminate those turnovers. That's been the big thing. At East Chicago, a few times, I've seen the ball get away from the Lighthouse Lions and just knock it away, then get down the floor and throwing down some ferocious dunks. Dominique Murphy going to check his way back in.
Yeah, Keontae Bell goes out. You know, you always got to give that, you know, Dominique Murphy. I almost said Wilkins. And that's going old school right there. But Murphy, you know, you got to give him a break here and there. And that's when the Lions needed to make some hay. Just seem to say status quo. When their best player's out, you got to take advantage of that.
When you have a name like Dominique, does that mean you can recycle the nickname too? Dominique the Freak? Because Dominique Murphy's had a couple of dunks tonight.
Yes,
have
he
been
has.
out of this world. East Chicago is trying to get the Lions to dribble into a double team. Browder going down with a head of steam. Bunny shot. It's off the back rim. Kicking it back out. Evans pulling a 3 and has a nice friendly roll. Wow.
Little kiss off the iron, goes straight up and straight in for the 3.
Called a friendly roll if I've ever seen one. But it all counts the same in the box score at the end of the night. Murphy with a good entry pass down low. And Joseph Watkins was between 2 Lions, and one of them hit him. They're going to get that on Daquan Jones. His second foul.
That looks like he's going to come out for a little bit of a rest here. 2 fouls with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the second quarter.
The last thing you want to do if you're the Lions is see your
big man go down with 3 fouls.
Especially when he's already converted some shots tonight from the post. And a real bright spot offensively for the Lions, who are trailing by 16, now 17. As Joseph Watkins goes 2 for 2 at the line, his first trip this season, scoring 5 points and grabbing 6 rebounds in the previous contest. A double screen up top to try and open up some space. Murphy was able to bring down the steal, and that pass was about 5 yards off.
Well, you are going football there. It is still football season, but yeah, Murphy got a little excited, flipped that one out there. You got to like how they played a zone up top here. Put the big man on the guard and try and force him to throw it over the top of him.
Try and make them pay for that zone, and they are. Isaac Browder has had himself a pretty good start to this second quarter, knocking down a 3. Already had a long 2 made earlier on. He's got 5 points in this quarter. Murphy, turnaround, jumper, good.
You talked about his mid-range magic out there. Just did another one, about a 12-footer right there, just a little spin. Nobody in his face. Clear sight to the basket.
Mid-range Money Murphy, maybe?
There you go.
We'll come up with a nickname eventually for Dominique Murphy. Passing 1,400 points in his illustrious career, trying to get to 1,829. That's Etwan Moore's mark. And talk about a hot hand.
Ray.
Isaac Browder with the pump fake, entering in and then knocking down another shot. Watkins goes around Browder, gets to the lane, and then gets hit. He's going to go back to the line.
Yeah, Isaac Browder, he's just putting his team on his back right now and carrying them along. Look, he takes the ball to the basket and gets hammered as he gets in there. Watkins coming off the bench, putting in some valued minutes here.
The 6'2 junior who only played in 3 games last year at the varsity level. Looks like he's been in the varsity level for a while, the way he's been playing thus far in this second quarter in game 2 of the season. But I'll say one thing, Jay, the more and more I watch this East Chicago Central team, they just do the little things right. A few times they've used just a head fake to create some separation and make a nice pass. They've had plenty of assists in the last game, and thus far they have plenty more adding on to their already substantial 20 assists from game 1.
Yeah, they do a great job defensively as well, pressuring the ball, trying to get that trap at midcourt and forcing some bad passes. Looks like they're going to change it up. Oh, here they come with that pressure again.
They're moving it up even further. Dominique Murphy was past the half-court line, sitting on the C in EC. 3 minutes to go. Browder's had the hot hand feeding his brother. And falling on the ground is a couple of players. East Chicago ends up with the ball. Dominique Murphy with the left hand, and Dominique Murphy looking like he's going to make it 24 straight games with 10 points or more. He had 27 in game 1. He's already got to be past double digits here in game 2.
Yeah, Murphy, and once he gets out in that open court, he's got some foot speed. He can cause some separation.
A 3-star recruit by 247 Sports, and an offensive foul called on Calvin Hollis.
That's 24, Hollis with the foul.
And that's his second. So now you have a couple of Lions getting into foul trouble with Taquan Jones, the senior center, already heading out with his 2 fouls.
Yeah, so far the Lions have 3 fouls in this quarter, and Cardinals have 2.
Skip pass to the other side. Bell attacking, and he tried to feed it to the open Reginald Evans-Brown, who went a perfect 3 for 3 against the Eagles on Saturday, and that time deflects off his hands for a unforced turnover.
Looks like they got into the defense a little bit too much. Should have stopped and popped from about the 10-footer. Would have had a wide open shot.
Here's a long 3, and it's left short, an air ball by Ishman. 3 up, and 3 was about halfway down before it spit itself back out. Lions secure the rebound. That is a bad pass. Bell with a head of steam, and his shot rims out.
Got a cap on that bucket. Oh, right through DeMonte Evans' hands right there.
Yeah, Evans was wide open. Couldn't have asked for a better situation. Pass was on the money, but I think he was already looking up at the rim before the ball got to his hands. And
yes, he was.
It's one of those moments where Evans is going to think about when he hits the bus after the game. An incredibly frustrating moment, an incredibly frustrating first half for the Lighthouse Lions. Only had 3 assists and had 13 turnovers on Saturday. Not exactly a good ratio if they're the Lions. But this team fired their head coach 3 days before the first game of the year. I can't imagine how tough that has to be for this group that lost 3 seniors and their leading scorer who transferred down to Indianapolis.
And they seem to have picked it up right where they left off.
Ishman doing a lot of dribbling and
draws a foul.
Referee on the far side.
Who's going to be in?
Referee on the far side caught one of the East Chicago Centrals for reaching.
That's Murphy with his first.
for a team that has such active hands, you'd be surprised by watching them. They don't get a whole lot of reach-in fouls. Yeah, you get a couple, but these are high school kids. The one thing they want to do is steal the ball constantly because it looks good in the box score. Evans pulls one, and Evans missing one, it feels like, for the first time, and that's put back up by Dunbar, battling for the rebound.
Dunbar just gets a little help from one of the East Chicago players, and they both flip it in together.
Yeah, I believe that was Dominique Murphy, who's so good at scoring the basketball, he scores on his own team. And they're going to call a travel on Watkins. 42 and a half seconds to go in the first half. Andrew Mild with Jay Simmons. Enjoying having you on this Tuesday night from East Chicago.
Yeah, the Lions that are playing a 1-2-2 defense seems to have slowed down the Cardinals' offense.
Browder having himself an excellent second quarter, scoring a good amount of points, even knocking down a three. He gets into the chest of Watkins, and a nice feed down low. Doesn't lead to 2 points as Dunbar missed it. Under 20 seconds to go. Wofford going down the lane, and Wofford with the left hand goes up and under, and it's now 45-28 Cardinals. And the Lions have an opportunity to get one more shot before the first half comes to an end. Man open, right down low, and they get it off in time.
It looked like Hollis right there with the basket right as the buzzer went off.
Hollis was left wide open after an aggressive attempt by the Cardinals to poke the ball away. And as this first half ends, it's the Cardinals 45 and the Lions 30. As you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
We are back live for the halftime show. Andrew Mild with Jay Simmons here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. And now that we've been able to catch our breath after an exciting first half of play, we can actually talk about what we saw from the Cardinals and the Lighthouse Lions. And the one thing for sure is that the East Chicago Central Cardinals put on a straitjacket defensively, leading to transition buckets and exciting transition buckets. And we do have an official report that Dominique Murphy has scored 13 points. So that means that he has 24 straight games where he's had double digits in the scoring column. And Jay, what did you see from Dominique Murphy in that first half? And what makes him so special as a scorer?
Well, I think one is that he can get that ball and get out in transition, and he's just as quick and agile as these guards once he's out in the open court. And then secondly is he loves to get the ball with his back to the basket and 12 to 15 feet, do a little spin job, and get the easy look right there. And in the open court right here, a little kiss off the glass. Dominique Murphy with some nice hands right there, just jams it home. He's great, like I said, great in transition. He knows where to find the open spot when there's a fast break and he can move and get open. You know what, and when he's playing defense with his feet. And I see that throughout East Chicago. You talked about not them getting many reaching fouls. It's because they move their feet so well and they get in passing lanes, and then once they're in the passing lanes, they use their hands to knock that ball and free that ball loose. So it's playing defense more with your feet than with your hands.
Well, of course, in the middle of all this exciting dunks that we've seen was number 3, Keontae Bell, who had a couple of assists too. Dominique Murphy. He was the one that kissed off the glass so that Murphy could throw it down. I think it's fitting that Chris Paul wears the number 3, Keontae Bell wears the number 3, and I feel like we're watching vintage Lob City with the Los Angeles Clippers with Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. Keontae Bell not only with a good amount of assists, but he also contributed with 12 points in the first half, matching the same total he had on Saturday's game in the win against Thea Bowman.
Yeah, what a great job. He's the next piece in the puzzle right there for their scoring for Central.
And then talking about the Lighthouse Lions, of course it was a frustrating first half as they were playing sloppily against that very good East Chicago Central defense. But I will say that I was really impressed by 2 names tonight. Isaac Browder, who had 19 points in their loss against KV. He had a good amount of points in the second quarter. And, of course, DeMont Evans there for a minute was the only one that was holding them together. He was really the glue of the first quarter for Lighthouse.
Yeah, Isaac had 11 points in that first half, and 9 of them came in the second quarter. So he was definitely carrying them in that second quarter when they seemed to all of a sudden they slowed down that Cardinal offense because they're offensively, the Lions weren't turning the ball over as much, and it slowed down that transition game. You know, we talked about all the dunks they had. All the dunks really came in that first quarter, and it seemed like the pace of the game, the level of speed going up and down the court really slowed down in that second quarter, and it seemed like the Lions sort of got a little bit of composure, gathered themselves up, and were able to slow the pace of the game down.
Yeah, for Lighthouse, one thing that really stood out between them and KV is they were simply outshot. KV outshot them in every sort of category, one of them being free throws. And the big one was also three-pointers. KV's 39%, the Lighthouse's 19%, and Lighthouse was able to knock down a couple of trifectas in that first half. But they're going to have to make more of them if they want to get back into this game against the Cardinals, a team that's going to get their easy transition looks at times and times again. So if you're the Lighthouse Lions, you're entering the second half, what is it that you're adjusting to so that you could possibly get back into this game and make it close?
Try and work through that trap right at the top of the key, or I should say at midcourt where East Chicago extended it, and you mentioned that. When they can get that first pass and get past that double team, they've gotten a couple nice, really easy looks, whether it's from the three-point line or working the ball inside the lane. But the thing is, they've got to be able to get through that first pass because it seems like East Chicago is forcing a lot of turnovers off of that first pass. So it's gonna be interesting how they're going to adjust to that, especially when Murphy's up at the top of the mid-court line and is really pressing. You can't throw that ball over him, that's for sure.
Not when he's listed at 6'5", and he's a lengthy 6'5", and loves to disrupt the opposing offense himself. East Chicago Central has returned to the floor. Should be expecting the Lighthouse Lions, and sure enough, as you say that, here they come on out. And as they warm up and get ready for the second half, we are going to take a break to get ready for the second halves ourselves. You're watching the Regent Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Andrew Mile with Jay Simmons at the Barado Center at East Chicago Central High School. And don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, and Instagram for this week's Powering Indiana Peak Performers, presented by NECA IBEW, Powering Indiana of Lake County. Powering Indiana, the region's most trusted electricians.
Dominique Murphy would be up for that right now.
Well, he's had himself a incredible night thus far. Throwing down a couple of dunks, hitting a nice spin shot, and even scoring in the post as he sets it up for an open man. And Keontae Bell flexing his muscles. Bell had 12 points in the first half, and 14 already in this game is going to put him past his season high.
Yeah, what a feed by Murphy right there.
Well,
Bell takes the ball and just powers into the basket.
You saw it with Murphy. He caught that ball in the middle of that zone, spun around, and all the eyes were focused on him. And then here comes Bell, back cutting wide open, and he converts the old-fashioned three-point play, 48-30.
Yeah, Murphy, when he gets the ball in the paint, you are going to surround him with guys.
You have no choice. At that point, you just leave it up to someone else to score on you. And for the Lions, unfortunately, that gamble did not pay off, leading for Bell to get 3 points.
Yeah, Dominique Murphy picks up a foul right there. Block foul, a blocking foul. That's with 7:25 left in the third quarter.
Well, don't forget, this game's going on here on the Region Sports Network, but also we have Munster and Lake Central going on. Women's basketball starting, and it looks like LC is going to cruise to a win at home against the Mustangs.
Yeah, 57-35, 2:50 left in the fourth quarter.
Feels like football season, given a scoreboard update in the third quarter, 48-30, and the Lions will have it down low. That's a wild shot, lost and cleaned up by Dunbar as Jones got into foul trouble in the first half, had 6 points before he had to sit on the bench. Three, Wofford misses it, but he gets hit hard by Dunbar, and always I appreciate the sportsmanship there from Dunbar, helping Wofford get back up, and Wofford's going to get to go to the line for 3 shots.
Yeah, you can see, look, he sets his feet for the open shot. Dunbar comes in and just hits him way after the shot, and Wofford's going to go to the line, looks like for 3.
Yeah, talk about football. That was sort of a tackle there. At least it was good form.
Yeah, Wofford right there with some good form from the free throw line.
He's got that high release.
Yes, he does. Got a lot of backspin on it.
There's a couple of players that were JV stars a year ago for the Cardinals, one of them being Wofford, who's making his second straight start, and Joseph Watkins. And you got to expect from Coach Maruri, you're heading into this year, lost 3 or 4 seniors, and thinking to yourself, I'm going to need some of my JV guys to step up. And so far, Wofford has done that. And Watkins, he did a little bit of everything in the first half. We'll see him later on in the game as Wofford converts all 3 shots at the line, and it's a 19-point lead for East Chicago.
The Lions here need to work it in, get some good looks, try and get some baskets here, try and work their way back into this game.
The one thing you don't want to do is foul at the 3-point line. That's deflating, and over and back on Ray Browder.
Browder just no court awareness right there, steps back and forth. Hey, you got to let the official put the ball in play, guys. I know you're in a hurry.
East Chicago Central always in a hurry. They want to fly up and down the floor. Bell is going to set up the offense here at the top of the key, being guarded by one of the Browder brothers in the corner. Shot up, and shot is made by Jamari Pollard.
Pollard, nice clean look, gets an open 3 and bangs it home from the dead corner.
Again, it's just that incredible ball movement by the Cardinals for that ball to fly around and create those sort of looks. And looked like for a moment there Pollard was going to get called for a foul, but instead it's another turnover as the travel is called on Isaac Browder.
Yeah, just trying to thread 2 guys defensively. He could not get through there and tried to do the Olay there with a 3rd step.
Murphy back into the corner for Pollard. Pollard just made one, and Pollard makes it again! Pollard
back-to-back threes.
Hit 3 threes on Saturday, and he has a couple here in the 3rd quarter, and this is the largest Cardinals lead. They lead it by 25, and Pollard steals it. Pollard going up, and Pollard gets rejected by the rim. I feel like Stacey King, the Bulls color commentator, the rim should be saying, "No soup for you." And that's tough. But, hey, at least it happened in a 25-point game. Can you imagine if it was a little bit closer?
Coach would not be happy.
There's a seat at the end of the bench for you if you try to dunk in a 3-point game and you're winning.
I'm sure Pollard's going to get ridiculed for that one.
Can you imagine if they pull that up in film study
before
their next game against Valparaiso? They're going to have some good laughs on that one. Lions trying their luck from the corner, and they get a lucky roll.
Well, you got to call bank from that one. That's the tough bank shot right there from the dead corner. Kisses off the rim, bounces off the backboard and in.
Like a ping pong ball hitting everything before finally going down. Cuts it to a 22-point lead. Murphy with a jab step, pulls it back out from the free throw line, and unfriendly roll for East Chicago's leading scorer. Good entry pass, in and out, stepping to a 3, and that's pure by Isaac Browder. 9 points alone in the 2nd quarter, and he knocks one down from the top of the key.
That's his 2nd 3 of the night. You'll see how East Chicago's attacking this zone. They've changed it up. They were doing a 1-4. Now they're changing up to a 1-3-1, trying to get some movement here. It looks a little stagnant.
When you say 1-3-1, explain to the audience what you mean by that, Jay.
They have 3. They have 1 man at the point, 3 across the free throw line, and then 1 running the baseline. Here you can see him wide open right in the corner.
Shot was left short. The Cardinals are battling for the rebound, and a couple of putback attempts, but eventually Amari Wallace is able to clear it out. Pollard with a bounce pass down low, and Murphy goes up and under. And that is an incredible ball movement by the Cardinals.
Yeah, Pollard with just a little feet up and under the basket, dishes it to Murph, and he just finishes it off strong.
Dominique Money Murphy having a great game. Oh, my goodness, Pollard spiking it into the next zip code. You hear from up here.
Yes, you did. You hear the swat as he got on that one all over it.
Somebody check his right hand. There might be a Wilson tattooed at the palm.
Pollard just gets up so quick.
Twitchy. Not only twitchy, but he elevated and sent that shot right back from where it came from.
Yeah, the shooter did not expect Pollard to close that quickly.
I don't think anyone did. Fancy footwork does not lead to a bucket, but East Chicago almost knocked it into their own bucket as they did to close out the first half. Wallace bringing it up. He's at the side, gets it to the corner. Quick pass, a shovel pass does not pay off. And East Chicago Central is just feeding down low, and they're playing in the paint to build up to a 23-point lead.
Yeah, Pollard or Wofford right there with just a nice feed back to underneath the basket for the easy two.
I want to know how many assists the Cardinals are up to as a team, because there's not too many teams you're going to find that can move the ball like this. Wallace goes baseline. Murphy up, and Murphy was hit on the arm. He'll go back to the charity stripe.
But a nice job. Wallace, as he's going up for the layup, sees a cutting Murphy, and Murphy just gets a nice entry pass, tries to take it strong to the basket, and draws the foul.
The way I describe Dominic Murphy, he looks like a bull in a china shop when he is cutting. And right there, he recognized that the eyes were off of him with Wallace going baseline. And he came out of nowhere. And one of the best traits that Dominic Murphy has is he gets to the line so often. He made it to the line 151 times, made 108 of them. When you have score over 500 points, you got to get some of those points from the line.
You know, and that's when you battle inside. It's when you get those easy baskets and draw the fouls as well.
Already passed 1,400 points tonight after he scored 4 quick points.
Lighthouse trying to get that ball going too quickly. East Chicago still had 6 guys on the court.
Yeah, this isn't like football where if you move the ball quickly and there's a guy still running off the floor that you get a 5-yard penalty called the Aaron Rodgers penalty. And
5 count.
5 count.
Right there. Great defense by Pollard, forcing that 5 count.
There's not too many seniors on this team. It's a pretty young lineup for the Lions. And now we have a player running on the floor before checking in. But you can tell that at some times of this game, the Lions have shown that inexperience against East Chicago Central. You can't make those mistakes if you want to win the game.
Then, I think just being the new coach being hired so quickly, they're still trying to feel each other out and make sure they've got some great, they get some timing going here for the Lions.
Yamari Wallace, who worked so hard on his jumper all off season long, drains a 3 a good few feet from the line. And Yamari Wallace, who wanted to improve that jump shot to become an all-around versatile player, gets 3 points and makes it a 27-point game. A foul called on the Cardinals.
On Pollard right there. Little push.
What's the old saying?
Number 4, Ishman was carrying the ball.
What's the old saying?
Gave him a little shove.
What's the old saying, Jay? If you ain't fouling, you ain't trying.
That's right.
Dunbar going into the lane, and he ran into a brick wall. Looked like it was Yamari Wallace contested the shot and forced the miss. Pollard's going to try his luck. Shot is off. Murphy battling for the rebound down low, and they're going to call a travel as Dunbar went up with it and then fell to the ground.
Yeah, and it looked like a little contact by Murphy, but no call. Just called a travel.
But Dunbar was telling the referee who made the call that I got hit in the arm, and the Lions immediately burned a timeout. We will take a quick break here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Well, if you're joining us from the Lake Central Munster game, happy that you're joining us for Game 2 of this doubleheader on the Region Sports Network as the Indians of Lake Central get a 21-point win, 59-38 over the Mustangs. If you're joining us, it's a 27-point lead for the East Chicago Central Cardinals, and Pollard called for a double dribble. If you're just joining us, Jay, how would you sum it for the fans that are tuning over to this game?
I would say, what were you thinking watching that other game? You missed an unbelievable first quarter, and this game was up and down. We had 3 or 4 dunks, many block shots just like that one.
That time is Jamari Wallace getting his hand on the basketball. And look at all the bodies hitting the floor, scrambling for the basketball, and it's going
to be East Chicago ball.
East Chicago ball. Well, the good news for the fans that may have missed those said dunks, you do have Zach Miller, who's running the camera for us tonight, that most likely will cut up a melt for you. So you won't miss that montage. Murphy for 3. Murphy misses it. Just off the mark. 90 seconds to go. Transition layup. And that is going to be 2 points for Evans. A lot of brothers on this team and single-digit numbers.
Demont and Demont Evans.
And Isaac and Ray Browder. It doesn't help that Isaac and Ray are 2 and 3. Turnover on the Cardinals.
I've missed that call a couple times already tonight.
Usually, let's just start saying the last names.
Hey, I'm going to be half right sometime.
The Lions lost the ball, and the Cardinals were able to clear it away, as that was Damon Ishman, who got down low and then went up with the ball, lost it. 3 ball, misses everything. Oof.
Watkins, coach gives him a little keep up the good work. Just don't shoot that 3 like that.
The pull-up three-pointer that's become a very prominent shot in all of.
Pollard with the try for the steal comes up empty-handed.
You got to thank Steph Curry for the pull-up 3 becoming a popular shot. Talking about pull-up 3s, there's a 3 that is off the side rim and cleared out. The Lions have another chance to score, and they lose it, but they say it's off of a Cardinal, so it will stay down here with 30.5 seconds to go. Andrew Mile with Jay Simmons on the Region Sports Network, and a late substitution.
At Daniel Robinson.
Robinson had made a wide-open shot down low earlier.
It looks like that ball was off number 10 for East Chicago. That's Joe Watkins.
I will say,
good call by the officials.
What's that saying that kid they're bringing up, Aura? I'm not sure if I quite understand it right now. And East Chicago.
Are we going to see an alley-oop?
Another alley-oop. Murphy, who needs 2 hands? He throws it down with 1. Incredible. Right there are some of the best hands in the business, just like the Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. Check out baclocal4.org to find out how you can join the oldest continuous union in North America. The third quarter is over, and their Cardinals are cruising to a win as they have a 67-40 lead. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
First home, dream home, forever home. Tech Credit Union has the right home loan for you. Their loan officers could help you purchase a home, refinance your current mortgage, or unlock your home's equity to get cash out for any purpose. Let Tech Credit Union show you why they're the better option for a home loan. Learn more at www.techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
We are back live on the Region Sports Network, and as the game is about to start, the cheerleaders for the Lighthouse Lions are running onto the floor, and the referee's going to call a technical foul on the Lions cheerleaders. I believe East Chicago's cheerleaders kind of ran over here. It said something. So then the Lions cheerleaders started to, hey, you know what? The fourth quarter is starting. We're going to storm the floor. I've never seen that in any basketball I have watched in my entire life, not even broadcasting career. But I guess in the last game, I did see a young kid on the floor, but he didn't mean to be out there. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, I don't know either. All I saw was the East Chicago cheerleaders were saying were just doing their cheer at the end of the third quarter, and then all of a sudden, I guess the Lighthouse Lions.
What's that movie? Is that movie called Step Up, where they're rival cheerleading groups?
Yes.
I think we're in the middle of Step Up right now. Well, I was going to bring up a different movie with all the dunks we've been saying from the East Chicago Central Cardinals, and that'd be the movie Gladiator. Are you not entertained? And we're going to see that dunk that closed out the third quarter.
Yeah, what a great job. They get the steal right here, pops it out, and then you see Murphy just flowing right to the basket, catches it one hand, and then delivers it home with the hard dunk.
Well, Murphy was sent to the line after that technical foul was called, and he split the free throws. So the Cardinals will also start off with the ball. It was supposed to be Lions ball to start off the fourth quarter, but because of that tee, the Cardinals instead receive it and the possession arrow. But with it being a 28-point game, it's not going to matter too much, as the Cardinals are just kind of playing four corners right here.
The Lighthouse Lions coming out in a 2-3 zone, and then East Chicago being patient, moving the ball, and now turns it over. One too many passes, and Watkins anticipated the move going inside by Wallace, back outside, and Wallace was anticipating the ball being thrown inside, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Wouldn't have seen those cheerleaders go onto the floor. Kind of reminds me of that Cal-Stanford game. The band is on the field. Instead for us, it's the cheerleaders are on the floor. Oh, my goodness. You got to appreciate a good moment when you see one, especially in high school basketball in the Hoosier State.
It's enthusiasm. You take it for what it is.
That's a good word for it. Enthusiasm, passion.
For your team. And it looks like Watkins picks up the foul right here as he checks out, and number 45, Lance Jackson, checks into the game.
Jackson had 2 points and 5 rebounds off the bench on Saturday. The 6'4 junior. 3 offensive rebounds, as some of the JV players that sit on the bench for most of the varsity games got some good moments. Bell will get the stroll down the lane and pick up a deuce, make it a 30-point game. 5 more points for the Cardinals, and we will have a running clock for the rest of the game. That's how the Cardinals are able to run out the fourth quarter against Thea Bowman with their dominant win. Looking like they're going to find their way to another one. Jones went up strongly, and Jones' shot had too much mustard on it. Dunbar got the rebound, and he got smacked. Dunbar to the line for 2.
Yeah, it looks like Murphy picked up the foul. It's going to be his third of the game.
23 Murphy, his third foul.
That's East Chicago's second of the quarter.
And the one foul for the Lions was the technical, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. 70-41. Always going to remember that moment. Martez Dunbar had 4 points in the first half. He's at the line, and he made the first one, missed the second one, so he splits it. Cardinals pushing in transition. Wallace made a 3 early. Can he do it again? No, but it's cleaned up by Jackson.
You talked about him getting his 3 rebounds, offensive rebounds. Now he's got 1 in this game, and to go with a hustle, 2 points.
We can look at Lance Jackson, know that he is a strong kid. He's got the broad shoulders and physical down low. If you want to make your coach happy and get yourself more minutes, pick yourself an offensive rebound and 2 points at the same time. Jones smacks Dunbar, and Dunbar going back to the line, this time for 1 free throw as he makes the shot.
Yeah, Jackson picks up the foul right there.
And Coach Marui, this is the coaching moment for him.
That's going to just talk to the young man. Hey, you got to get that position. Don't always go for the block. Get the good position.
What's the one thing you were talking about with the Cardinals? They're really good at moving their feet, and that time it looked like Jackson got stuck between a rock and a hard place because he wasn't positioned right, moving his feet. So that leads to a 3-point play for the Lions. A long three, and it's nothing but net.
Daniel Robinson with the 3-ball. That brought rain down.
A senior guard got nothing but nylon on that shot. And with that 3, the Cardinals have matched their point total from Saturday's game. They're sitting at 75. Dribble down low for the point of entry. Get it to the side of the basket, and it's no good. Robinson on the ground. He looked like he's hurt. As he was up slowly, he was able to get back on his feet. And because of that lost ball,
Jones able to capitalize on the basket.
Jones got 2 points, taking words right out of my mouth. Catch and shoot, and it's too long. Keontae Bell going for 3. Cardinals are very close for a running clock, but right now the Lions can do what they want on offense. As a very quiet Isaac Browder in this second half. He had an explosive second quarter, and Murphy, talking about explosiveness, dribbled around his defender, got into the lane, and the Lions had no choice but to hit him and force him to the line. Well, I guess he wouldn't be going to the line. He didn't go up with it, but at least at that point, just take your foul and don't let him get the easy 2 points.
Looks like going to work in some guys that don't get a whole lot of PT at the varsity level in the game.
It looked like Dominic Murphy might have been arguing with Alan Maruri, telling him, hey, let me stay in there. Let me play some basketball. Even after a 27-point performance, Jay, when we were leaving the gym on Saturday after cleaning up the mess, he was out there shooting the basketball still. And Dominic Murphy got back out there. So whatever he said, it paid off.
Yes, it did.
You just got that look in his eyes. He wants to compete. That shot goes over the rim and soaring into the waiting arms of the Lions.
Lance Jackson tried to take that one to the hole, and it looks like he lost control of it when he was going up.
Browder back out to his brother, and his brother can't get him the assist. Murphy gets the rebound. It's 2-on-1. Nice pass, and a travel is going to be called before the block.
Yeah, Jones came in to swat that one away, but it was after the whistle.
Caden Smith was the one called for the travel as he was out in transition with Dominic Murphy, and now Coach Marui is going to take out his star player and send in Reginald Evans-Brown.
And last thing you want is your star player getting hurt. Second game of the season when you're up by 27 points.
Well, also you got to consider what their schedule looks like for these next 3 games. They got 2 more home games against Valparaiso on Friday, who lost Smiley, committed to Belmont, and now he's playing basketball over in LaPorte at La Lumiere, one of the most prestigious prep schools in the country. But still, all in all, Valparaiso usually plays pretty good basketball. Foul called on the Cardinals. And then you have Indianapolis Crispus, and then you go to Crown Point. So those are 3 tough matches coming up. You're going to need your rest.
Yes, and well, the thing is, you worked on things that you need to work on. But the thing is, you want to rest. B, you just don't want those guys getting hurt in this point in the game.
For the Lions, their next contest will be up against Thea Bowman, who was just here on Saturday and suffered the defeat. Those 2 teams also scrimmaged against one another. At the line is Daquan Jones.
Lance Jackson for East Chicago Central picks up the foul.
So that's his second foul already since coming into this 4th quarter. His previous foul led to an and one for Martez Dunbar. Cardinals going to give their bench players some minutes here on this Tuesday night, and they lost it. Feed down low. The ball was lost, regained, and the shot is put up and off the glass by Calvin Hollis. He picks up a deuce after the ball was lost by one of his fellow teammates. Attacked by
a little
Evans.
Travel there. Oh, no, they're going to call a foul?
Oh, I think he got a timeout. Yep. Coach Maruri was able to call a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. With 3:54 to go in the 4th quarter, it's the Cardinals 75 and the Lions 52. You're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crown Company's the business professionals. We also have the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn from Boilermakers Local 374. And the Proud Union Home Play of the Game, presented by the Region Sports Network. We have a general idea of what that last one is going to.
Yes, we do.
Inbound play, an open three is just too long. And right there, showing his physicality, is Reginald Evans-Brown. And another offensive rebound and second chance look for the Cardinals, paying off as they built it to a 25-point lead again. And Daquan Jones gets hit, and he's fouled. And once again, Lance Jackson, 3 fouls on him. And that's going to be something that him and Coach Maruri are going to have to work on.
Again, I think he just wasn't able to move his feet quick enough to get to that position where he wanted to and had to use his hands instead of his feet.
If you can get him out in front in position, it's going to be a hard guy to score around.
Yes,
we said he's a strong kid. Big and broad. It just sometimes looks like he's moving through quicksand when he's in the paint.
Yeah, Jones sinks the first one right there for Lighthouse.
Yeah, you lost your top 4 leading scorers from a year ago. Daquan Jones was the 5th leading scorer in last year's season. So going to rely on him to score a lot of the points. But you've seen Isaac Browder and Delmont Evans have themselves a couple of good games thus far. So you have 3 capable players. I just think that they've ran into some good teams in KV and East Chicago to open up the year. Couple of nice passes, strings into a Caden Smith 2-point jumper in the lane.
Yeah, nice job elevating. Once he caught it, he spun, elevated, and sank the basket. East Chicago, even with the backup players in the game, they're still able to move that ball nicely around the court.
Evans-Brown almost lost his footing there. Here's a 3, and that is a banger from Caden Smith. He hit a 3 on Saturday. He hits a 3 there, and he's scored the last 5 points for the Cardinals.
East Chicago getting up to 82 points so far in this game.
And they've done it in a variety of ways. But most importantly, it's come down to excellent passing, making that one extra pass to get the open look and knock it down. And we saw it right there as Caden Smith was wide open, and he found the bottom of the basket.
Very unselfish team when it comes to scoring.
If you're a basketball purist, this is the team you want to watch.
Yes, it's almost like, they took a book out of that movie Hoosiers where you had to pass it 4 times before you shot the ball.
That's now 3 movie references we have made in the fourth quarter. Hollywood in East Chicago tonight. 29-point lead for the Cardinals. Of course, my alma mater, Butler, they filmed the final scene there.
What's the name of the field house there?
Hinkle Fieldhouse, home of the Butler Bulldogs. Nice block. Dunbar. Spin, wild shot, cleaned up. Dunbar. I'm just trying to think of the high school that was featured in that movie. Can't believe it's drawing away from my mind. Good contest there by the Lions. Here's a 3, and that's no good by Jalen Mackel, who has came in for the Lions. A lot of dribbling. Don't want to do that against this Cardinals defense. And finally, they're going to call a foul on Smith.
A little coaching moment right there. Hey, pass the ball.
Cardinals fouls on number 12, Caden Smith. That's his first foul.
1:45 to go in the fourth quarter. From wire to wire, Jay, it's been all Cardinals. And it looks like for the first time since 2016, they're going to start the season 2-0.
That is awesome for East Chicago. You know, and it's great that RSN is going to be a part of this season. It's going to be a fun run for East Chicago here as we go along with them on this journey.
I know you and I did an East Chicago game last year
against I think it was Lake Central.
Lake Central, and when I had heard that RSN was going to be a part of this journey, I know that Santa came a little early for the Region Sports Network crew. This is going to be a very exciting team to watch, whether from their defense, their passing, but most importantly, it's got to be coming from their dunking.
Oh, definitely, and it's going to be coming from Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Got a lot of viewership on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, the IHSAA Champions Network, wherever you find the Region Sports Network. 3-point basket from Jalen Mackel.
Yeah, nice job setting his feet, following through on the basket.
Evans Brown directing traffic. Hadn't got a whole lot of minutes tonight as he went for the isolation play there and just couldn't make the shot. There's a steal. And it's going to lead to 2 points for Reginald Evans Brown. A nice hustle play by DeAndre Timms to come crashing down to poke it away. And it was 3-on-1 from there for the Cardinals. Evans Brown steal, and Evans Brown finishing with the left hand. This team is relentless.
That motor, there is no off switch for this motor defensively for the Cardinals.
Until that final whistle goes off and that clock hits zeros. That's when the Cardinals finally turn off their motor.
Ishman with the basket right there for the Lighthouse Lions.
Foul call down low. 86-60 Cardinals. 21.6 seconds away from securing the win tonight here at home in front of a good crowd. Hey, and shout out to the Lighthouse Lions. They had themselves a good crowd tonight, too.
Yes, a very vocal crowd.
A couple of times where they started stomping their feet, causing Justin, who's our producer tonight, to pick up the natural sound mic so you didn't hear nothing but table smacking the microphone. Hey, I give him credit for that. High arcing three and not enough on it. They're trying to get it.
Andre Lopez.
Yeah, to Lopez. He's open in the corner. Three ball. Oh! This crowd is about to go nuts. And they might have to give him another shot here.
The clock should be running. It
was a perfect play for him, too. They fed him the ball and then got him into the corner. And did they get a technical on East Chicago? No, okay.
Just shooting two.
Oh, they put them in the bonus. Okay. I was curious on what was happening. So East Chicago is going to send the Lions to the line with 7 seconds to go. Hollis setting up there and misses the free throw. He's going to get one more chance, and you have to think whether it be a make or a miss, East Chicago is just going to let this 7 seconds finally tick off and start the party on this chilly Tuesday night where it felt like 11, or I should say 14 degrees. But instead,
they were trying to get it to Andres Lopez, number 35.
The senior forward. They're trying to go to the skip pass to him, and I think Coach Marui was just telling his guys, just let it go.
End it.
End the game. Let's get out of here, and let's get ready for Valpo on Friday. The Lions are going to let that clock run out. And the Lions, they put up a good fight tonight. They scored 60 points compared to the 50 they scored in their loss against KV. Also bright spots from them tonight. But all in all tonight, they lost a tough one to a very good East Chicago team. Cardinals go to 2-0, Lions to 0-2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on the Region Sports Network for the post-game show, and we'll pass out some awards and wrap it up and get you ready for the next game on Friday. You're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Happy December, everyone, as the East Chicago Central Cardinals finish November with a win. They start December with a victory. Andrew Mile with Jay Simmons on the post-game show. The final score tonight, the Cardinals 86 and the Lighthouse Academy Lions 60. We have some awards to hand out, and then we'll discuss the game, and then we'll give out some thank yous and get ready for the game on Friday. We're going to start off with the Proud Union home play of the game, which is presented by the Region Sports Network. The Proud Union home play of the game for tonight's game is an easy choice.
Yes, it is. You're looking at it right here. You see a little defense, and all of a sudden you see Dominic Murphy catches it, gets out on the fast break, and does a one-hand twirl and jams it home right there.
There's also time to name our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. This was a player that had himself a really good second half. He was all over the place for the Lions when they desperately needed it.
Yes, he was. That was Dunbar. He had 12 points in the game. Great defense, great hustle, was crashing the boards, was all over the place, trying to keep the Lions in the game. He fought like a true Lion and was able to play a really good second half.
And of course, it's not a Region Sports Network broadcast until we name our Crown Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crown Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Jay, who is our Lantern Man Superhero of the Game?
We're going to go with Bell. I told you a few seconds ago how many points he had. I think it was 17. Correct? Yes. He played a great game, played some great defense, made some turnovers, caused some turnovers, and was able to get out on that fast break, lead the fast break, as well as scored 17 points with quite a few assists. So he had a great, and now he's another piece in this arsenal of stud players that Central has, and he's going to, now you can't focus your defense on just Dominic Murphy. He's going to come in and he's going to really contribute, and I think going to take this team to the next level.
A lot of Cardinals contributing tonight en route to their 2-0 start for the first time since 2016-2017. And they're getting ready for Valpo on Friday, and for the Lions, who are now 0-2, they will face off against Theo Bowman Academy later on in the week. Jay, what did you see? We'll start off with the Lions. What did you see from the Lions that made them look a lot better tonight than they did. Even though they got the loss, they went up against a really good team, and it looks like they may have stepped up their game. And this is coming after they fired their coach 3 days before the season started.
Yeah, well, I think one is that they looked in that first quarter, they looked completely in disarray. They were making a lot of turnovers. They didn't get into their sets. They just seemed lost and confused. And then all of a sudden in that second quarter, the coach calmed them down, said, hey, let's have some better ball control, make better passes, make better decisions. And then from that point on, it seemed like it was almost a stalemate about a 20 to 25 point lead for East Chicago. But it seemed like Lighthouse was able to put together a nice run. They couldn't come back and put a big rush of points on because East Chicago's too good, but they were able to just at least stay off getting blown out tonight, and I thought that was a nice job for them. And I think a big step in the right direction for Lighthouse.
We sing high praise all night about the East Chicago Central Cardinals, and it's really hard not to by the way they play their basketball. But, Jay, bottom line, in your opinion, what makes this team so special and allowing them to start off 2-0 before they have a big game here on Friday against the Vikings?
Well, I think it's on both sides of the ball. One is they play great team defense. They're moving their feet. They're getting into the passing lanes. They're causing turnovers. And two, their unselfishness when it comes to scoring. They are always looking to make that extra pass to get that one better look in the paint, whether it's in the paint or on the three-point line, but they're always willing to make that extra pass, and they must have had at least 20 assists tonight.
And if they did, that'd be 2 games in a row where they have passed that number in assists, which is incredibly impressive in the high school game. Well, that's going to do it here. And before we wrap it up, we have some thank yous to hand out before we send you on your way on this Tuesday night. Start off with the management. Without these guys, we won't be able to do what we do. Of course, starting off with Chris Ramirez and Rich Castillo, our executive producer and operations manager. Zach Miller, coordinating producer, who was also here on camera tonight doing an excellent job for the second game in a row. And sports director Mike DeWan, who was out in LC tonight. Our producer, Justin Cole, doing a great job as per usual. The coaches for Lighthouse, Eddie Jones and Ala Marui of East Chicago Central. The athletic directors, Brandon Westby of Lighthouse, Graylin Gordon of East Chicago Central. And, of course, Jay, the viewers of the Region Sports Network, whether it be on Facebook /Region Sports Nation, YouTube /Region Sports Network, or IHSAA TV, the Champions Network. For my partner, Jay Simmons, I've been Andrew Mayo. Thank you for watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.